So now we have all the viruses don't exist people pretending that they're calling me out for debates. I accept their challenges and I say, I want the debate to explain a real world scenario. And as soon as I say that, they're like, no, because they know that I can apply viral theory to any real world scenario that we've witnessed millions of times before and explain each specific phenomenon from that scenario. And they know that whatever theory they put forth cannot, and therefore their theory will be null and void. So the last thing they want to do is discuss a real world scenario. So they'll tell you they're not declining the debate. They just don't want to talk about a supposed hypothetical situation. So how hypothetical is this situation? Tell me if this is a hypothetical situation or if this sounds like a real world scenario to you. Two children, one age 6, one age 9, siblings, develop symptoms simultaneously of what looks like chicken pox. They go to the doctor. Doctor says, looks like you got chicken pox. Stay home for a week, you'll be fine. The children have relatives around the same age, cousins, so their parents decide to bring them over. So a total of 10 children show up at the house and spend the week there, and 7 out of the 10 children show signs for chickenpox. But none of the caregivers show signs for chickenpox. So are you with me? Does this seem hypothetical? Does this seem like a real world scenario that we've witnessed and documented and demonstrated millions of times before? From this point, all children recover normally, no complications, and then they all get tested, and all the children that develop symptoms have antibodies for the chickenpox virus in their blood. The children that didn't develop symptoms don't. Now, the other children that develop the antibodies never get chickenpox again in their life. That's the so-called hypothetical scenario that they don't want to discuss in a debate, because viruses don't exist and they can prove it, yet they can't explain with their theory how 2 children come down with symptoms of a so-called virus that doesn't exist. More children end up at their place, end up with the symptoms of so-called virus that doesn't exist. Well, none of the caregivers who have previously had the virus that they now have antibodies for don't get the virus that doesn't exist. All the children recover, but the only ones that show antibodies for the infection were the ones that showed symptoms, and then none of them ever get those symptoms of that disease again. But this isn't a real world scenario. This is just hypothetical, and that's why none of the no virus people will even discuss this video, let alone debate this video or try to explain this video. I'll put this video out there and say, please explain this scenario. And you know what they're going to say? I'm not discussing that because that's not a real scenario. And they'll just put all the reasons why they won't discuss it, but they won't dare try to apply their so-called theory that viruses don't exist to that very real scenario that we've all witnessed millions of times, because they can't, because they're lying. Thank you.